Hello and welcome to the next video in the Reimagining Love series. What I'm going to share with you applies all year round, and at this particular time of year, it stands to assist you as you head in or out of all those family gatherings. Going into family gatherings, you know generally what's going to happen, right? You know because of how it's most always been. You know because of who will be there, because of how they are, because of how you are when they are how they are. And because of all this, you're primed in a certain way, as likely all of them are too. What I will share applies anywhere from mere annoyances to much deeper conflict, to the people you see often and those you only see a couple times a year. It applies to the interactions where there are patterns, triggers, and where things tend to end up in a certain undesired way. So bracing yourself doesn't work to change it. Trying not to care doesn't work to change it. The call and response is pre-programmed. And unless you rewrite the story in advance, you will find yourself taken. Now, many a time, of course, the best efforts are made, often on all parts. For yourself, you may say, I'll be kinder, I'll be more patient, I'll rise above it. But that's blanket energy. It tries to accomplish more than it's able to because the programming runs past your best intentions. And for a fun analogy, the moment things start going as they always have, your whole blanket whoosh, can be pulled right off. So instead of going for one well-intentioned grand declaration, like, I will try to be more patient, the key is creating an entire story that supports you with dimension. The key is writing the story through and through. Let's think of this as a literal story. An event with a whole plot. So the event is dinner with them. Insert your person, people of note. Now your instincts are right on in taking responsibility for yourself with, I will be more patient, but still leaves the rest of the X factors too much to their own devices. Changing only one piece of the plot by redefining only one of the characters, yourself, that one piece will get absorbed by the pull of what's known and believed for far longer than this one new moment. So let's explore a little bit more of what I mean by one piece of the plot. I mean that if you're only thinking about changing your role, like who you're deciding to show up as, but keeping their role the same, like who they've always shown up as, and as well as your understanding of what that is. If you're the hero and they're the annoying, insensitive, goading jerk, let's say, then their same old will win because, and here's the key, it will still feel personal. But if you're the hero and also rewrite their role to be something like the young boy dressed up and needing to feel big, that I'm able to observe as merely struggling with their own stuff, which at its core actually doesn't have to do with me. This begins to build out your foundation in your favor. Rewriting yours and their roles for yourself changes what you want from the person. This becomes key, the next building block in the foundation, because before, when you only redefined your role, but they were still the jerk, what you wanted at that point is likely still something like, I want him to finally stop his stupid shit and be a different for once, right? But after you also shift their role in the event, what you want so much more easily becomes something like, I want him to simply have his own experience. That new space then changes what you're emotionally doing from what had to be at first something like proving, insisting, or fighting, to being able to observe, to release, or to simply understand. The habitual piecemeal approach produces angst, frustration, anger, and certainly disappointment. But in crafting each piece of the story, you're putting dimension to your imagination, which in turn creates an actual experience for you that you can believe. You create for yourself satisfaction and freedom in advance. You create healthy detachment and sovereignty, curiosity that feels safe and boundaried versus judgment, the ability to exist amidst it all, grounded and whole. And definitely note here, their behavior may not change at all. It likely won't right away or ever. But as opposed to before, that is no longer the goal. With this story work, you have created detachment for yourself from needing it to be, from needing the behavior to change. You've built a foundation, a brick house, and that old throwing a blanket onto some sticks and hoping it works is no more. It's much harder to take down the brick house. So this practice, and it is a practice, is actually all about love. Love for yourself, first and foremost, and love for others, because in it, you embody responsibility for your experience, and you release others to theirs. That is the energy when potential connection can bloom anew, and if not, you've still got yourself centered. You're going to eat dinner in peace. I hope this video helped you. Please share it on to those you know it would resonate with. And if you would like a one-to-one session to build a new support structure for your specific stories, those upcoming events that you think are going to throw you again, I am here for it. It's your specifics that make all the difference. This video is part of a month-long focus on love. Be sure to check out the entire Reimagining Love playlist here on YouTube to catch the other support videos on this topic and share it with the people you love who are going through it. Once again, my name is Amelia Randolph Campbell, story strategist and founder of the ARC Arrival Method, helping you experience the difference between trying to become a certain version of yourself and arriving there. See you next time.